the main business that I do is my consulting firm. And what we focus on is being the fractional chief strategy officer. So helping these mid-market business owners and or executives of these companies figure out their growth strategy. What does that strategic vision look like for the next 5, 10 years? And then how do they want to get there? What of it should be done and can be done organically? And then what of it should be done inorganically through acquisitions or, hey, maybe you need to do a carve out in itself because um, you just have some heavy pieces of the business that are core that are wearing down and taking attention away from what you do very well. And that may be something as well. And then if you decide to do any of that, how do you then execute on it? And so what we do is we help break it down, these complex, big ideas to actionable work plans. And then we guide and help the management team and the executive team execute those work plans, making it easy for them on a weekly basis. You don't have to think about what's the whole project. You think about, okay, these are three things, 3 bites I need you to take this week. And you can take those 3 bites of the elephant this week. That's easy to do. But if you think about how I'm going to eat this whole elephant, it gets cumbersome and it seems a little mind boggling and it actually creates paralysis in moving forward and you focus on other things instead. So we help break that down so that these big projects are actionable and that they don't get forgotten and thrown off to the wayside.
That's really awesome. Sounds like management consulting is something you've been doing for a while. How did you get into it?
I've been doing it for a large part of my career. The way I got into it, the long short story is when I was an undergrad, that was the vision of who I wanted to be 10 years in the future. I want to be this, international business professional. I come in and I help people solve problems and I kind of fly out. To me, that was the coolest thing to be, the sexiest thing to be. When I graduated undergrad was shortly after 9/11 and Enron and all this other kind of big economic disruptions that we had, and all the consulting firms were on a hiring freeze, and so I had to make a different path. And so I went into manufacturing. I started there, but then when the economy started to turn back around in '04, I was able to then make my move into consulting and started off in supply chain consulting. But while I was doing that, that's when I started to learn more about private equity and all these mid-market businesses. And there's an opportunity to work with them directly. And I wanted to do more of that. And so I wanted to go do my MBA so I could be more on the business strategy side of things and not just focusing on supply chain at that time. And so after getting my MBA, went to Deloitte and focused on M&A and corporate strategy.
Wow, Deloitte. That's exciting.